Well, it's a great experience. I mean, it's a golf course that's hosting the U.S. Open in 2 years, in 2017. So to be able to play a place like that where you're going to have people that played in that tournament this year potentially playing in the U.S. Open in 2 years is a great experience for the team. As far as the performance goes, definitely got off to a solid start. Nothing special in the first round, and we were 2 over, and really felt like we could have been at least 2 or 3 under as a team, and but still very much in the tournament. And then really Monday, our second round, just came down to playing holes 8 and 9 just almost inexplicably bad in relation to the rest of the field. If we play those holes, at least the scoring average that the rest of the field did, instead of being in 8th, we're in 5th with a chance to, potentially move up to at least 3rd in the final round. And then Tuesday was in some respects a little better, especially how we finished, but more of the same as far as the issues with 8 and 9 were, they're especially on 9, it's a really difficult par 3. It's not a long par 3, but just the effective area you're trying to hit it onto on the green is really small, and if you don't hit it there, it can be difficult to even make a bogey. And there are a lot of shots like that on the golf course, and for us, it's not even being too aggressive or having a poor game plan for a certain hole or a certain shot, but just failing to execute and then leaving it in just the worst place that you can on that hole. And that happened more often on Tuesday. And as Mark and I were telling the guys, the field that we saw this week is very similar to how a regional field's comprised. I mean, if you throw the 5 Marquette individuals in there, that's a 12th team, and there are probably 1 or 2 teams that are ranked in the top 10, another couple that are ranked about in the top 30, maybe another that's top 50, and then you've got some conference champs in there. And if you lose your head for even 30 minutes or 2 holes like we did on Monday, it's the difference between finishing in the top 5, which gets you out of a regional, and finishing in 8th place, which means you're going home. So I think we're doing a lot of things really well. But some of the mistakes we're making, just in a tournament like that, you're just not going to get away with it, and that was the result of us finishing in 8th. Well, Bud, it's been that kind of performance is something we've kind of been waiting for from Bud. He worked incredibly hard over the summer, and obviously didn't play the way he wanted to at Inverness. Had one good round at Wisconsin, and really for him, we've seen just a tremendous kind of improvement in his attitude on the golf course. And he's someone that he's incredibly. He's someone that really does play very much on an even keel out there. It's, when we talk about attitude, it's not just, someone throwing clubs or using bad language. Bud has never been a guy like that. But he's someone that's so competitive that he's just really hard on himself. And he's really been working this fall on kind of treating the good and the bad equally, and almost, really trying to enjoy the good shots he hits, all the good shots he hits, and just letting go of the bad ones. And since Inverness, he's been doing a really great job of that. And a place like Erin Hills, you've got to be able to let go of a bogey or a double, quickly. And he did such a good job of that this week. And it's definitely that performance is not a surprise. It's something that he's really capable of every week, and I think to be able to do it at a place like Erin Hills is a huge confidence boost for him, and something that I think is going to really push him moving forward. Well, we're in a couple different places with our guys as far as we have guys that have traveled for 3 weeks in a row, and they're going to have a couple days. They had yesterday off, obviously, and then they're going to have a couple days off over the next 4 days. It's really, hey, we need you to, get something done on 2 days, and then take 2 days for yourself. And yeah, it's that next little 3-4 days is a good opportunity for those guys to decompress a little bit. And then with the guys that have been at home, for the last 3 or 4 weeks, last weekend was a little bit more of, hey, you guys have been at home qualifying for a month. let's take last weekend and maybe take a day for yourself, and then work on the things that you feel like you need to be working on, and then they're actually going to be qualifying this weekend for another tournament where we're going to send some individuals to that's not in West Virginia. So we've got some guys that have been at home that are going to be playing the next couple days, and what's good is I haven't seen some of those guys playing almost a month since we've been traveling so much, and when they've been playing, we've been gone. So it'll be great to spend some time with those guys and see where their games are at and see how they've improved over the last 3 weeks. And then, next Monday we're really going to hit the ground running as a group, and we know what we need to do to prepare for the last event, and a lot of it is kind of what I talked about in relation to some of the mistakes we made at Erin Hills, as far as, there's some times where you got to be able to hit the ball into a certain place, especially coming into a green, and that's something that we're really going to spend a lot of time addressing. Being able to hit tee shots on the correct side of the hole if you don't hit the fairway, and being able to leave yourself in a good position to make a par into the green. So we've got some drills that we've kind of come up with and developed that are going to help to address those things. And the guys are really hungry, and they want to end the fall on a good note. So we're going to kind of maintain those strengths and improve the areas where we can get a little better over the next week and a half.